The grand party in Wiggletown was the talk of the entire forest for weeks. There were balloons made of gummy worms, trees that sang happy tunes, and tables full of the finest snacks, including Sir Wobbles' famous, or infamous, sandwiches, which had earned a reputation after the sandwich incident with the frogs. The mayor, still fussy but very pleased, gave a speech from the top of a very tall stack of pancakes, because in Wiggletown anything was possible. He even gave Sir Wobbles a shiny medal shaped like a donut, which seemed to make the squirrel very proud, even though it kept slipping off his chest and falling into his paws. But what really mattered to Sir Wobbles was the message he learned on his adventure. You don't have to be perfect to do something important. He had never planned to be the hero of the day. In fact, he had tried to be everything he was not: smooth, graceful, and poised. But it turned out his own silly, wobbly self was just what was needed to save the day. After all, who could have imagined that a raccoon in a cape could cause so much trouble, or that a dragon who thought he was a cat would give the best advice by telling them to follow peanut butter sandwiches? After the party, Sir Wobbles was walking back home with Penny when something strange happened. A loud voice came from behind them. "Excuse me." Sir Wobbles turned around and saw the raccoon, who was still wearing his cape, panting and looking very embarrassed. I, I just wanted to say thank you," the raccoon stammered. "I didn't realize how silly I was acting, thinking I could rule the world with a lollipop. I just, well, I wanted to do something big, you know?" Sir Wobbles grinned. "I know exactly what you mean," he said. "I've always wanted to be a hero, but, turns out, sometimes just being yourself is enough." The raccoon blinked and smiled. That's really nice of you to say." Penny, who had been watching the exchange with an amused smile, chimed in, "And maybe next time leave the cape at home. It's a bit of a tripping hazard, don't you think?" The raccoon looked down at the cape, which had now tangled itself around his paws, and laughed. "I'll work on it. Thanks for the advice." As Sir Wobbles and Penny continued their walk home, Sir Wobbles felt a warm, fuzzy feeling inside. Not because he had received a medal or thrown a party, but because he had helped someone realize that they didn't need to be perfect to be happy. He thought about the many silly adventures ahead. He didn't need to be a perfect hero, just a hero who did his best and, most importantly, made others smile. That night, Sir Wobbles lay in his cozy little treehouse, thinking about the day's events. He looked at the medal on his shelf, which was now joined by an extra peanut butter sandwich, for safekeeping, of course. He smiled to himself.